Hey there guys, I am Turkey. So, I made an image that is a concept for a simple survivor callout system that works by opening a menu, selecting an option, and the corresponding icon popping up next to your portrait as a way to communicate to your team if you're playing solo queue. And to say that the concept got some attention would be an understatement. I can honestly say that I never expected my idea to blow up like this, but I am more than thrilled with all of the discussion and feedback happening around it. Hell, even Reddit liked it, and if Reddit likes something, it's a pretty big deal. Since people seem receptive to the idea, I'd figured I'd make a video on it and go more into depth with the idea, so let's talk about it. The idea that I had isn't anything new or groundbreaking. Lots of video games have this feature, like Overwatch for example, but I think that the same kind of feature has a place in Dead by Daylight as well. Here are the options that I came up with for it that you can call out to your team. I am doing gens, I need healing, the killer is near the hook, don't help me, I'm doing the killer objective, which would change depending on the killer that you're facing. If it's a pinhead, it'll announce that you're doing the box. If it's Wesker, you're getting a spray. Pig, you're checking boxes, etc. Then I'm getting the unhook, and there's a hex totem. I also added an image after showing what it might look like in game. It wouldn't make a sound when you ping something, it would be purely UI based, so there wouldn't be like a loud noise notification across the map or anything, completely silent. I really like this idea because number one, it really helps out solo queue who desperately needs the extra boost right now, and it's completely useless to Swifts, so it wouldn't make them any stronger in any way. I've gotten a ton of feedback on the idea already, most of it overwhelmingly positive, but I did get some criticism, so I'm going to go through some of the common criticisms that I've seen and go over them. Number one, the game is supposed to be hard. No communication is the point. I really disagree with this point because, yes, while the game is supposed to be hard, it's still a team-based game. In order to be a team has to communicate. The lack of communication between solo queue survivors is what's holding them back more from Swifts. That's literally the only difference, the amount of communication that survivors get. And communication is a very powerful tool. It's the reason why Swifts are such a force to be reckoned with. If Swifts will always exist with free communication, then all that does is leave solo queue survivors actively hindered. So the logical thing to do is to just give the ability to communicate to everyone. It wouldn't be as powerful as the level of communication that Swifts get, but it would still be a very good tool that could help solos out a lot, and it wouldn't get out of hand, which segues me into the second point that I've seen a few times. Number two, this would bring solo queue up to Swift level and would make Survivor too strong. No. Some icons popping up next to a survivor's portrait would not bring solo queue survivors up to Swift level, not even close. It would bring them a step closer, which I don't think anyone reasonably thinks is a bad thing when it comes to solo queue, and would make playing Survivor whether you're in a Swift or solo queuing more consistent, which is a good thing for the game's overall balance and health. Number three, this information can be gotten by bringing info perks and would defeat the purpose of perks like Bond and Kindred. I disagree. The menu has a lot more specific information that can be shared team-wide that only seeing an aura from your side can't express. And also, I don't think every solo queue survivor should be required to bring a perk to be able to communicate with their teammates in a team-based game that Swifts get for free. It's inherently unbalanced and unfair. Also, it absolutely would not defeat the purpose of aura perks, because the callouts only tell you what to do and what you're doing, not where they're happening, so perks like Kindred, Bond, and Empathy still hold a good place in the perk pool and are just as useful. Number four, teammates would spam it. It's just an icon. If they do, there's no noise, so it's easy to ignore if you need to. If you're concerned about flashing images, just add a delay when the icon appears and the problem is solved. Number five, optional proximity chat would be better. Sure, maybe, but what happens if people don't opt into it or use it to troll? My method is much more safe, consistent, and less exploitable. Number six, the killer should be able to see the callouts for it to be balanced. No, the killer absolutely should not be able to see the callouts. That would completely defeat the point of the system and nobody would use it. Overall, I think behavior needs to get solo queue up as close to Swift as possible, because once the overall pool of survivor players are as close to balanced as possible, they can start tweaking base kit changes and bringing weaker killers up to higher levels, because the skill disparity of the survivors that they face will improve noticeably. The developers need to just accept that as long as Swifts and communication exist and will never go away, then we can start taking meaningful steps towards getting everyone on the same level. I personally think the game desperately needs a mechanic like this, and it's long overdue, and about time that we get it. If I missed anything, let me know. Short and sweet video today. What do you guys think about a potential callout wheel? Should anything be changed or added? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.